I'm going to draw the 1/4 inch seam allowance around my fabric label. This is going to go on the back of our quilt block. I'm using a clear ruler with 1/4 inch seams, and there's a big loud truck going by. You can probably hear that. And I'm using a pen. You can use a pencil or a fabric marker. And I've drawn my 1/4 inch line. I've stopped at the edges. If you continue on, that's okay, but you'll see in a minute why I stop a 1/4 inch before the edge, because I'm gonna do it again on this side. Same. And I stop. And my 1/4 inch might be a little bit wider. And if that's so, when I sew, I might sew a little bit inside of it, and I'll demonstrate that as well. But there, now I have a fabric rectangle for my label that has a 1/4 inch seam allowance drawn around all the sides. When we get to our fabric triangles, we're going to do the same thing. So you're going to take your triangles and you're going to draw with pencil or fabric marker the 1/4 inch seam allowance along the hypotenuse, using a ruler to measure that 1/4 inch. This is how you get the original dilated shape of the tangram that was used to make this template. And what I want you to see here, after I've drawn the seam allowance on this, is that if I put it over here on my design, you can see that the fabric is overlapping the design by about a 1/4 inch on every side. And when I take two triangles that I want to be part of my design, say here like this, they're going to overlap a 1/2 inch, 2 1/4 inch overlaps. And you might notice this as you start learning to sew. Right where these 2 points meet, down to here, is where the seam allowance is drawn. And when you're ready to start sewing, you're going to put those 2 fabric squares together. You'll pin them, and you'll pick the seam that you're going to sew, and you'll start at the edge. It's okay if you sew off or you've drawn off, it will be fine, to here, because I'm right-handed, so I sew from right to left. If you are left-handed, you might be sewing from left to right.